Hello, welcome to another Gundam Battle Operation 2 video. That is the Zock. And I got another match here as well with the Juaggu. And yeah, we're going to be talking about the military port map. And yeah, I gotta say, so far, I'm actually really loving it. Probably might be like one of my favorite maps to play on. And, you know, not just because in the name I have Aqua Vengeance, that, you know, it's got a bunch of water in it. But no. There's some really interesting things about this map. And yeah, as you can see, it's pretty deep going down in it, so there's plenty of room to make use of some of the amphibious suit's abilities, or at least the buffs that you get when you're in the water. For one, you'll probably see me use this here in a bit, where I jump into the water with either like a support or some kind of suit, jump in and try and boost around, use that to my advantage, try and shoot down at people. Because that, you know, you don't want to shoot your own teammates, you know, if you don't have a penetration weapon. So you can just jump down on top of them. And you'll see me use that a lot with the Juaggu the next match as well. And it feels pretty nice that the supports can do that as well. You know, the Zock and the Juaggu. But, you know, all the other amphibious suits can do that as well, including stuff like the AG and the Federation suits like the Aqua GM and the Aqua Gundam. So that's pretty nice, and of course they make use of the mobile shooting. So certain suits like the you know, the mentioned Aqua GM or something like the Zock. If you're boosting forward, you can use your primary weapon. There's some suits that can already do that, like the Zock and the Juaggu, which I use for these new matches, and that can be really helpful for those suits. But yeah, anyway, besides that, you also get a little bit more speed, and the everybody, not just amphibious suits, they get decreased overheat time for their beam weapons, the ones that use heat rates, not ones that have ammo capacities. But yeah, as you can see, this is a pretty sizable map, enough to where you can fit 4 battleships in it, and then you have 4 points. And it feels like it's 2 maps put together, because the C side of the map feels completely different from the D side of this map. Also, we're just gonna be struggling fighting this raid. You'll see later on in the match. I'm gonna tackle him when he does a heavy attack, and it's just gonna fuck me over. Tackling this game. Ugh. Decides when it wants to when and when it not wants to work. You know. But yeah. D side, you can see we're in the middle of a wreckage here. I want to say that's also a battleship. Might be like one of the ships, like the Salamis class or whatever it's called. It might be the if this map might allude to a Shamblo boss fight. Maybe it's one that the Shamblo took down. But yeah, it's definitely a big just wreckage site, and there's it's pretty rocky over here, and of course if you go up to D, you know, you have to climb up that mountain to get to the lighthouse that D is on, little tiny island. So pretty mountainous. There's a lot of verticality to this part of the map. As you can see, I'm shooting down at people, and you just keep going deeper in. And this is not, I don't believe this is even the deepest part of the map. C is where it gets pretty deep. But yeah, you see, we're just right in front of. The nice thing is that both these maps here, B and C, they are in front, or maybe I'm thinking A, B and A. They have mountains in front of them, so if you spawn in, you don't get camped. People don't immediately they're not immediately there to shoot you. You know, that can be a problem for maps like Arctic Base, but here, the enemy can come out, peek out, and shoot at us without us like immediately trying to shoot at them. And yeah, here's the tackle part where it's like, yeah, you're coming in. That should have been a counter, but whatever. I'm gonna lose 7,000 of my health. Yeah, I shouldn't even take any damage, but yeah, we're almost there to ace match, because this is actually an ace match here. The next match, I'm actually playing with friends in a custom match. And yeah, I'm really distracted right now, because this is like the second match. In this match, I'm distracted in this match, where it's my second match playing. The first match I had, I didn't know what the fuck to do. It's like your first time playing a map, and you're just like, okay, what do I do? Where do I go? You know, and our team wasn't very good at all either. But this map, I'm like, okay, what do we do? And then I like, oh, hey, battleship. Let me shoot the battleship. So I decided to shoot the battleship a little bit while we wait for the aces to get selected. And I believe I get selected ace. I'm like, oh, fuck, I actually have to go to my team now. Which, my team's not bad, you know. They're actually kind of helping me against the raid. It's just, you know, I wanted to shoot the battleship down, or at least get it pretty low. And, yeah, that's another interesting aspect about this, did I say that right? Aspect about this map is that there's 4 battleships. You can get on top of those battleships. And, another thing that, how water works is if you fully boost, you can actually get out of the water, and you'll still be boosting up for. You can still do a full boost while you're out of the water, and you can easily just get on top of these battleships. It can only be pretty hard. It'd be pretty hard if it's if you're directly underneath them, but if you're right next to them, you can get up on them pretty easily. Maybe not directly next to them, but a little bit away. You can definitely boost up there, and yeah, when you're up there, it's pretty hard to find. You shoot at people down below if you can't see their health bars, and it might depend on where you're at on the map. Because if you're next to D, there's a lot of places for people to hide. The ships might not be too useful there, but if you're on the bottom ships that are somewhere around C, you might be able to get some pretty good snipes off if you can coordinate with your team. You just have to be careful because it depends, like, you know, if you can see their health bars or not. I haven't tested it out yet, but that part I'm just theorying, you know. Or, you know, you can just have battleship battles. People sniping at each other from across the ships. Which, yeah, that's another interesting thing of its own, is how other suits would work on this. Because if you're not aware, really high cost suits like 650, 700, they don't have amphibious suits. However, I do think this map would actually benefit transforming suits. You can transform in water if you're a transforming flying suit, or, you know, you can even transform if you're a Hidalfer. But I'm mainly focusing on the flying suits because, hey, got my revenge on the raid, nice. And you get to see me shoot down the battleship, by the way, and it almost blinds me for a second. You know, you see, that should have been a counter too, but yeah, there goes the battleship. I think actually my teammate got a counter. I didn't though. Whoops. But yeah, the flying suits, you can transform, you can fly around in the water, and then you can get out, you can fly in the area above it. There's a lot of verticality to this map, so I think a lot of flying suits can make use of those battleships to maybe fly to cover, or to hop from B to, or D to the battleship to the base, you know. This map is certainly just big enough to where you can employ a lot of tactics using those battleships. And yeah, you know, also when you're on D, I just realized this, you're pretty close to the battleships if you can get on that little island over there in front of, I say little island, the lower half of the island in front of the lighthouse. So you can definitely hop over to the battleships easier that way. But hey, timeout for this first match. We'll see what we got going on here. Yeah, mission completed. Second match of the day. You know, got to bust out the handy Zock. And hey, top individual score and top assist score. Nice, nice. And yeah, we had Juaggu on our team as well. You know, support buddies. Double raid, double support, and double generals. Hey, we worked. Balanced team. And hey, first place, 5-2. Not bad at all. Almost got to A+ rank. But yeah, here we are with the Juaggu, which the color scheme, I think I remember right. I based it around the MSV colors, which I saw, you know, in the Gundam wiki, because they show some of those MSV pictures. This one had like a certain camo to it, which, you know, I thought it looked nice. It's probably not 100% accurate, but fine enough by me. And you'll see that this is obviously a custom match. We got some friends in this one. We got Blazing on our side here, and then on the enemy team is, there's Beyond. That's Mick, and then I believe Dion. Either Dion or, I know Taru was in it, and he's going to be the enemy Zock, and we'll be doing some jumping around. And yeah, you can see here, just, I would have hit that high gog if you didn't do a dodge roll, and you can already see the usefulness of trying to jump in on people and doing damage. You know, if somebody thinks they're fighting a 1v1, oh, surprise, it's a 2v2, fuckwad. Jump in on him, get some extra damage off. I don't know what that man was doing. He's going to get karate chopped in the ankles, and he's going to die. I'm going to get bitch slapped by my teammate, Heavy Stagger. But it's fine, he said sorry. But yeah, we're focused around here on D, and we're going to slowly kind of play around C. And C is interesting in its own. The area between D and C, it's a little bit flat. But when you get around C, there is like a, I want to say it's like an hourglass kind of shape. You know, think of the number 8. Think of the space, the two spaces in the number 8, and think of those as hills. And then think of there being a point in between the two spaces, not in between the two spaces, in the curvature of those spaces. Yeah, you can see it right here on the map. Look at it. There's C right in between them. There we go. I don't have to have trouble, explaining the shit anymore. But yeah, you can definitely do something around here. You can run circles around people. You can get on top of those 2 hills to shoot at people, snipe at people. Definitely some sniping you can go around here, especially at this part. Yeah, you can see me make use of the flying. Going around town here, and you'll see Tar in his Zock as well. Yeah, and hey, jump in right in front of the raid. It looks like he didn't even know I was there until I jumped in on him, so that's nice. He's gonna get his downswing off. That's awesome. Maybe I shouldn't jump in front of a raid, but yeah, definitely this is a really interesting map. Just a lot of things you can do, and I really like that. I mentioned before, one of the things I really liked about GBO2 is that all the matches can feel pretty different. I mean, there's some that are going to feel similar anyway, but you can have all these different suits. You can have some maps, they seem like there might be some big parts. Like let's say Port Base. Port Base is pretty big, but also some spaces where it's like, why is this even here? Hardly anything happens. But sometimes you actually go to those parts in the map and you start fighting, like the part in Port Base where there's actually I think a submarine, might be another battleship laying around, and there's an underwater part of it. At least in the regular Port Base, it's actually dried out, but there the Port Base that has water in it, it does have water in the little space. And it's like, oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah. People, sometimes you'll end up there to fight, or in the spaces in front of your base. In this map, there's a lot of space here, and there's a lot of places to fight. And that's not even mentioning, I was talking about all the points in the water that you can get in. There's actually a lot of room for you to have land battles as well, like in front of your base. You got your base right there, you got the land masses and the cranes next to it. That stretches on for a long while, and at the bottom of the map, right in front of C, there's actually a little area of land you can rest on, and they even have cranes on top of that, and you can sit on top of those cranes as well. But yeah, you have that little area of land, and it seems like you wouldn't go up there, but I feel like in a good while I wouldn't be seeing that, but already like in I believe my 3rd match, I already seen people trying to use that, trying to pick stealth suits and trying to go the long way around to try and plant a bomb, And if you noticed, in front of the bases, there's ramps, so you can go from D to the bases, and there's a lot of things going on in this map, and I really like that. Unfortunately, right now, it seems like a lot of people are just, they're capturing the points in front of them, and then they're going to charge forward and just play no man's land, Charge forward, die, wait for the next charge. But there's some interesting tactics you can do in this map, and I really enjoy that, and I can't wait to employ more of it. But yeah, really good for the amphibious suits. Now, I hope they start adding some high-cost amphibious suits. I'm not sure what they would be besides something like the Atlas, or maybe since they're bringing in Moon Gundam, how about the Agjin, I believe it was called. If you've seen my stream talking about this map, even got to saw a picture of it. It's like big purple head ass looking thing. maybe the Aqua GPO1. I think it was GPO1, maybe GPO2. One of those, that would be a neat little high cost suit as well. There's some mid-range cost amphibious suits you can put in, like the Aqua gun cannon, or I believe that one's also in Thunderbolt. Just a lot of different things. The Aqua Methus, I believe it's called like the Marine Methus. That would be neat. Maybe they can make the Marine Gogus. I know they're not technically amphibious suits, but I think they're supposed to be. They can be partly amphibious or they can be amphibious. So maybe they can readjust those to be water units. Also, I want to say hi to Taru, and I just get shot down and just slowly float down to the bottom of the ocean here. And oh yeah, by the way, you do not want to pick flight suits like the Gogook flight type and the Bjarlant and the Zero Shiki AR, especially the Zero Shiki AR. That thing already falls slow enough, but if you get shot above the water and you slowly fall into the water, you will fall even fucking slower. And people will just have a field day gunning you down as you slowly fall. And not only that, when you hit the ground, you have to wait a few seconds before you get up. God damn. Also, my hubris is going to get me killed. Because I'm all giddy about being in the water and doing like force injectors in the air. The Bjarlant can do alright. Yeah, I know Mick's playing it right now. But yeah, you just have to be careful with flight suits because once you touch that water, or at least your waist is down below the water, you're going to have to boost to get back up out. And maybe that's why, we can have these battleships here for flight suits to land on. Like I was mentioning earlier with the transforming flight suits, that can be something you can do. Maybe at the higher cost, maybe people just try to avoid water. Maybe they'll just bounce off the battleships, try and capture D. So there's some things that can be different. That I can't wait for whenever people start getting adjusted to this map. Honestly, this map is big enough to where you can have like more than just 12 people play on it. It reminds me of those old like Gundam versus Zeta, that old Zeta Gundam versus Zeta Gundam game. God damn. But yeah, hey, top diversions, nice. Got shot at a lot. 5th place. And 3-2, not too bad at all. Well, I mean, I got middle here. Well, actually, a little bit above halfway. And yeah, that is a look at the military port map. I almost said port base because it just rolls off the tongue. Military port base. And yeah, it's pretty fun so far. And it's really good. A lot of different tactics you can employ. As I mentioned earlier, the points actually feel like points. There's there's strategy in capturing those certain points. They give you benefits if you capture them. D will put you uphill against people, and it even goes good if you can play your cards right. That's not the phrase I'm looking for. There's ways for the people that don't have the point to try and get that point. Like on C, they can try and come around from both sides of that 8, and try and corner the enemy. There's a lot of things I'm thinking about, that you can do. And of course, you just have all the other landmass to work with. Truly, I think one of the best maps I've played, at least in terms of like a team gameplay. There's things to do. Of course, people are probably just gonna ignore some of that. I know for sure, people are just gonna charge forward, die, do their heavy attack, be that one Red Rider, heavy attack, die immediately. But there's some smart things you can do with this, and maybe if we can start seeing some competitive gameplay, we'll see how they'll handle this map, see what kind of strategy will be used. And yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe if you want, I'd really appreciate it. And type up in the comment section what you feel about military port. Do you like it? Do you hate it? And what you feel about the Zock or the Juaggu, or amphibious suits in general. Do you like them? Do you hate them? Of course, my channel is called Aqua Vengeance. Water Revenge. It's a pretty nice sounding name, but that's not the only reason why I picked it that way. It's because, yeah, I really like the amphibious suits in Gundam. Even though a common complaint is that they're fucking ugly. Yes, they are, but they're my kind of ugly. Like right now, I'm looking at the Gunpla I have. I have the Zock and the Juaggu sitting pretty next to my Tamanashi Nations. I don't remember how to pronounce that. Nations, the anime line for the Gundam figures, and I have one of the Gog and the At guy, the Zagok. I wish they come out with a Zogok. I'm not getting the Gunpla for that. And I do have a Kapul, but that's the Turn A Kapul, so it's not like accurate to size, unfortunately. Oh, this one's being. Oh, I thought this one was hiding, but nope, that's just the Zagok. And yeah, I can't wait for other amphibious suits to come in. Again, stuff like the Ag Jin would be interesting. The Ag Jin, there we go. Or the Azok. The Azok would be cool. And you know, even though we already have the Ag, I noticed that in bracket is this ML for missile launcher. So maybe we'll get one that has the double drills. You know, that'd be really fun. Even though it'd be low cost as well. But yeah, man, it's really weird seeing the Ag do force injectors at 200. Technically, it has force injectors because it's in the water. Oh, it flies down at you and it zips around you and starts drilling you. Man, yeah, a lot of cool things for the amphibious suits. Funnily enough, I haven't played the Aqua GM or the the Aqua Gundam yet. Those suits, I know they're already good enough without the water, especially the Aqua Gundam. So even if we include the water, holy shit, they're gonna be really good for this map. And yeah, that'll be it, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Wow, what am I
An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit.
Oh no.
Hey, where you going, Taro? Mind if I join?
No.
Hey, buddy, what's up? Oh!
Actually, deep, you monster.